Here everyone, it's Alina Williams and Warwick Foy, an amazing team in the studio with the red walls. Welcome to Taranaki Foodies, proudly sponsored by Salt Restaurant on the waterfront, part of the Millennium Hotels. And today we are in the middle of Autumn Festival of Taranaki. And it is so exciting because there was 4 days of amazing food events, and today in the studio we have foodies that are going to make you entertained. So today we have Mathew, she's a blogger from Tasty in Taranaki, and Rob Wheatley, foodie, chef and educator. Hello guys.
Hi, good morning. Oh, no, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So it's not a usual show. Firstly, it is a Kiwi Music Month, and today we have 3 amazing Taranaki musicians who will be also playing for you and kind of in spirit with us. And also Rob prepared 5 different smoothies from the local producers, and we blindfoldedly going to try them and give you an honest review which smoothies are our favorite. And we probably need to discover some categories of which we are going to judge those smoothies, but I will leave it to Rob later on. I think we will start with listening the first song that I have chosen, and it's amazing woman, Karen Clark, blues woman, whose voice is like honey and milk. And let's listen to Hey Mama, which is an indication of tomorrow's Mother's Day. Let's listen together. All right, Rob.
Yeah.
You are, after we finish the song, you're going to tell us how we're going to judge and just basically guide us through.
Yeah.
And
easy, too easy. I'm worried this one is very thick. I might need spoons.
Spoons? Okay, Mikari, can you please bring 5 spoons?
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then each of us can use the spoon again.
It's only the one in the green cup that needs a spoon. All the others are drinkable. You'll each. I have left 1 drink with 1 straw. I'm sorry, I couldn't for the environment get 25 straws. I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
That's okay.
I have tasted, so now it's
You have tasted?
guys, and so there's 1 for Kylie as well.
5, but I mean it's 5 of each, so you have to. you have to include yourself in it. You know what? It's actually quite interesting because although the smoothie is supposed to be a thick texture, I do not really like thick smoothies. Do you agree with this?
Why don't you like thick smoothies?
I don't know. It goes into the food category for me. When I drink smoothie, I say I want to drink something, and when I don't want a spoon to eat it, kind of thing.
Sure.
Which is actually quite an interesting phenomenon. I mean,
so do you find a difference between a smoothie and a smoothie bowl?
welcome back to Taranaki Foodies, the tastiest food show on 100.4 FM. It's us, Alina Williams and Warwick Foy, in the studio with the red walls. And today we are up for a treat. We are in the middle of Autumn Festival, Taranaki, which goes from 6th to 10th of May. And we are part of the festival, although we are not chefs, although one of us is here. So welcome, Rob Wheatley. And also, we are doing such an unusual show. Firstly, it's part of the New Zealand month of Kiwi music. And secondly, we are going to do a blind tasting of some smoothies that Rob Wheatley prepared for us. And we are honored to have in the studio an amazing food blogger, Mathew. And you can find her by looking for her handle, Tasty in Taranaki. So I would like to give Rob a few minutes to describe what he brought and how we're going to proceed with tasting the smoothies.
Awesome, thank you so much. Hey, thanks for having me back as well. I had such a good time last time, and my son walked away thinking it was the best thing that he's ever done in his whole life. So many celebrity that he was. My daughter, I would say to Makati, has been going, when can I go? When can I? So we put that out into the ether from here on out. Thanks, Emma. So I was saying off there that I've been to a few different cafes around, and everybody speaks very highly about her and her skill set. So it's great to be sharing the studio with you. So long story short, Elena messaged me or rang me earlier in the week and said, we want to sample some local delights. Can you go and find the best smoothies in New Plymouth? And I said, okay, you know, I see what I can do. I live out in Leopardton. We don't do that kind of thing out there, you know. So I have been running around and I've organised a few, and then a couple fell through. So then I've got my steps in this afternoon, making sure that we got the rest of them in. So yeah, we've got 5 different samples, and unfortunately I couldn't show you them in the cups themselves that they came in, because one of them was presented beautifully and would have won the award for best presentation by quite a long shot. But I think for me, we're going to go on taste and texture, and just a wild card of your choice, I guess. Something that you think, yeah, this is the one for me. They want to go for the yellows, we can go for the yellows. Ladies' choice first. Madam.
Yeah.
And ladies first, always.
Oh, awesome, thank you.
Thank you. Sir?
Thank you very
So,
much.
first of all, what I can see something of the texture of a very diluted oatmeal. That's what reminds me. But it also, I can see that it could be either a pear or an apple in it, because there are little dots that sometimes you can see in apple or pear. And guys already trying, and I can see some curiosity. And Amber thinks very, very seriously, switched on her foodie's brain. And I believe that we are going to have a full analytical report very soon. Is anyone ready to say a few words?
Sure. So it's probably really healthy because it doesn't look great. So, looks like pale mud.
It definitely has banana.
Definitely banana. That's quite sweet, which is coming from that banana. I don't mean in a bad way. Tastes delicious. I agree, pear or apple. Texture perfect. I don't like them too thick or too thin. Perfect texture, lovely taste. Any trouble more?
Obviously, there is some protein in it.
There is a texture in there of fibre or protein.
Okay, Amber. We are all waiting for what you're going to say.
I mean, I think it's quite nice. You know, I like the texture of it. It does have like a bit of a feel to it, but it's still quite velvety. You know, there are no like big chunks of fruit or anything in it. The taste is good. It's not too sweet. I don't like an overly sweet smoothie, so this is like nice and balanced to me.
Right. I think that I can feel something like an extra added either protein or maybe some sort of another powder. I would say that it's oat to my tasting, but I might be mistaken, because if it looks like oat, it does not necessarily to be an oat. All right, Rob, are you going to say something?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, so this was my the reason that this is out here as the first one is because I would say this is the place that the majority of people in New Plymouth would go, I need a smoothie, this is where I'm going to go.
Yep.
Which is, where do we reckon? Yes,
Department?
indeed, it is Tank.
Tank.
This is
Oh.
where, and I appreciate that Tank is a chain, but also this is where the majority of people would go. And so this is their Life Force protein smoothie. So you pick some really good flavors in there: banana, oats, protein. So it all blended up. Honey, the honey is the flavor for me in there. It's quite overwhelming for me in there because I don't drink very sweet smoothies, so it kind of overtook it for me a little bit. But this tends to be a go-to in our family, and I know it's very popular with Tank as well.
Yes, and I agree with you saying that it's a chain, but at the same time, at every chain outlet, that local people working, they got a job, they get up in the morning, take their kids to school, come to work, wash their hands, put aprons on, and they cook for the local people. So I don't think that we have the right to blame chain brands for something evil, because they are the same locals as us. The fact that their business is organized in some different way, we can't really do this. So I suggest that we all sip a little bit of water so to cleanse our palate. And let's try the next one. Which would you? I would let Amber to choose the next one that we're going to try.
Ooh, let's just go in a row. Let's take the red cups.
Perfect, I love that too.
Oh, we're so lucky with Rob. He's so artistic. And I mean, we tried already yellow.
Yeah.
Now we're trying red, and also there is green, pink, and transparent glass, which does not look very appealing, but we are judging on the taste. Right, so guys started to try, and what I can see in my cup, I think it's some sort of a berry smoothie. I think that it has added ice cream in it,
It's definitely ice cream.
and also it has
It's almost like a coconut milk kind of taste, or coconut
Okay.
water maybe.
Yes, that's a good take, and also there is like depth. Whatever you try first, acidity comes first, but sweetness comes the second. You can definitely have some pips from some fruits, and I think it's blueberry and blackberry. What do you think?
Boysenberry.
Boysenberry, maybe. I think it's made of the frozen set of things. If I wouldn't be kind of knowing what sort of frozen fruits are sold, I would say plum, because it have a little bit of a smoothiness, silkiness of the plum texture. But let Amber do her review.
God, I don't know. Like, I'm sure it has just like mixed berries in it. This one is quite thin compared to the other one. In fact, like it's almost so thin that I wouldn't say like, oh, this is a smoothie. Like, because for me, a smoothie is gonna have like a thicker texture, but it's quite nice. It's refreshing. It's very light.
I like it. I like
Light
berries.
and bright.
Anything with berries is my go-to, and I think it just comes from the fact that when I was little, I lived in Siberia, and there is a lot of people collecting berries, wild berries, and I know quite a lot of strange tastes, which originally comes as probably bitter or sour, and then you kind of process it, add some honey, sometimes nuts, and then it becomes the complex culinary object. So, Rob, tell us the truth. What's that?
So this is from Jet Charm Barbershop, would you believe? Where was it?
Wow.
It was a little bit of a left field one, but I know how popular Jet Charm is in and of itself, and often, if you go down on a Saturday morning, the queue's out the door, and they do great coffee there. So this, when I went and I said, what is your most popular smoothie? They said this one, which is their berry smoothie. Now, what's in it? I couldn't tell you. It's just known as a berry smoothie, but I definitely with you, I think it has a coconut water base. And they had a few different berry powders going in there as well, which probably gives it that depth away from the boysenberry, I think, because there's definitely frozen berries, but there's a little bit more to it as you let that go back on your palate, I think. So
serious question. How do they keep their hair out of it? In a salon or barber,
It's a separate area.
Is it a separate area?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
yeah, so it's pretty neat actually. They've got the barbershop off to the left, which is the majority of it, and then just off to the right, they've got a very small coffee area, which is also their retail-y type area as well. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by the options at Jet Charm. They had quite a few different ones.
Their
going on.
smoothie bowls are incredible.
Oh really?
So good.
So this was a question we were going to say. So Elena was saying she doesn't like a thick smoothie, and I was like, well, what about a smoothie bowl? Where does that sit with you? So you're a smoothie bowl fan?
Can be, yeah.
Yeah.
So that needs to be quite thick though, does it?
Yeah. And their presentation's beautiful. They do a really good job with everything at Jet Charm.
Yeah.
So we have heard from or tasted Tank and then Jet Charm. I think we should play a track and then we'll come back and do the rest. So this track is by a friend of many in town, Evan Reese, and it's called Truly Free, and it's off his album Flickering Stars. We're having your time 4:17, and we'll be back with the smoothies in a moment.
Wow, I'm really impressed of your choice of smoothies, Rob, because I would never guess that.
No, Jet Charm was one actually. So I had Juicy lined up underneath, and they normally close at 3. So I said, look, is it alright if I get there just past 3? And they said, no problems, but they were closed. So, and then Elixir had done exactly the same thing. So I literally ran to, I was like, I always had Tank in my back pocket because I thought, you know what, that is the most popular place.
Yeah.
They're always open.
They're
right?
always open. I can run to Tank.
Yeah.
And the depth head or the department had forgotten that they were supposed to do one for me. So it's been a bit of a mission this morning. They'd forgotten. So I'd gone and they'd gone, oh, yep, okay, give us like 10 minutes. So then I ran through to Tank and picked that one up. And as I was going, I went, oh, I think Jet Charm do smoothies. I might just go and have a little noddy here.
I must admit you're an overachiever. We expected 3 or 4 and you brought us 5. Well done.
It's a shame Juicy didn't stay open because I love their stuff.
Oh, so do
Yes,
I.
so great.
So do
Where
I. I
is
was
Juicy?
really disappointed. Literally downstairs. It's on the Liarda Street project.
Oh, yeah.
Did
Oh,
you
yeah, we
message
had that.
Julie?
Yeah.
No, not this morning. I messaged. I'm one of those people I sort of emailed on Thursday and Friday and was like, cool, we're all set up.
Yeah.
That's okay.
All in advance.
All in advance. I tried to get it set up in advance, but that's okay.
So when did you do chefing?
So I don't chef. Bless Elena calling me a chef.
Oh,
I'm not a
used to
chef.
be.
I'm not a chef. I just can cook. Not as well as Warwick with that beautiful food I saw. What are you up to there?
It's all about
So it's
photographing. You just ask Amber House to take a good photograph of food.
Yeah. So I was one of these is from Wild Pear,
Oh, I love it. I love my favorite. There's the Powerhouse.
and they were very complimentary of this.
Oh, actually sweet.
But they were also saying how excited they were that you were part of the judging panel today. So it's, yeah.
Amber probably can guess the food because I mean, if you try several times, you can recognize stuff.
Yeah.
I usually eat my way through a menu and don't get the same thing, but in the smoothie category, if I'm going to Wild Pear, I always get the Powerhouse smoothie because it's got that balance of like sweet, savory notes. It's perfectly filling. Like I can have it at the beginning of the day, and like I don't get nibbly or hungry until like well after lunch. So it actually does its job. Yeah, love that smoothie.
It will be. I can tell that it's going to be really hard to choose because they're all so different. It's almost like choosing whose kid you like. Would be hard for Warwick, right?
Yeah.
No, I've tried to do it to give you 5 very different smoothies,
Yes.
so that we can't try and judge them in the same category. They'll all have their pros and cons as we go.
Because I only ever have a berry smoothie.
Yeah.
I never ever tried anything else.
Oh really?
I
True.
love berry smoothie.
What is it about berry smoothie that you
I
love?
such a berries.
Yeah.
From the supermarket, the Fijoa smoothie that comes in the white
Oh
bottle.
yeah.
Love those as well, but they're full of apple juice. Really.
I make amazing smoothies at home. My husband loves it, and although he doesn't like yogurt as such, but he drinks yogurt within the smoothie,
Oh yeah.
and it's good for you guts and stuff like that. So I add some powders for protein and things like that, and I would add some vitamins as well.
Like
So-
this, put chia seeds in there.
Yes, I have one powder with chia seeds. It makes you full just for drinking this for forever. Like you just never feel hungry.
My wife.
Juicy has good chia pots. If you like the texture of like the chia pudding kind of thing, they're really nice.
And this is like magic seed because the amount it grows, I actually don't know how big because we always stop with the size of the glass, you know. But I guess if you keep adding water, it probably will keep growing forever.
Usually I go like 2 tablespoons of chia seeds and then half a cup of whatever liquid I'm adding to it, so like almond milk or whatever.
Okay, well I
That ends
put
up
only
being like a nice
one,
texture.
one
Yeah.
spoon. But yeah.
That's so good.
Interesting.
Yeah, my wife's a big overnight oats person, so the chia seeds go with it.
I love oats. I reckon they're like the key to living a long life. My grandfather lived to be 90 and he had oatmeal every morning.
Welcome back to Taranaki Foodies, the tastiest food show on 100.4 FM. It's us, Elena Williams and Warwick Foy in the studio with the red walls. And today we're celebrating Festival Taranaki. And we're not celebrating alone. We have amazing crew on board. Amber Mathews, Tasty in Taranaki, food blogger. Rob Wheatley, foodie, cook, educator, and
Chef.
chef.
That's what my wife says.
He's the person who keeps an intrigue in the studio because he brought not 1, not 2, not 3, but 5 different smoothies from the local producers. And when he said to me half of an hour before the show that, oh, some of them fell out, I was thinking that he dropped them. But he didn't. Some places were closed because we are starting usually at 4 o'clock, and usually people in the hospital have in between. They work in the morning and then afterwards at 5 o'clock. But Rob did amazingly. We already tried 2 smoothies, one in a yellow cup and another one in a red cup. And I guess now we are to try the green, the bright green, like a lime green cup. And it looks a little bit scary because it's very thick. But I'm very curious. Let's try it, guys. So I can see that it is something brown inside. And it looks to me like a melted ice cream. And I would say that if I wouldn't know that it's a smoothie, I would think it's a melted ice cream, maybe with a little bit of banana and caramel in it. But smoothie means something.
I know this one.
Smoothie means something healthy, right? And healthy means natural ingredients that are good for your cognitive function, ingredients that are good for your muscles. And I can see a huge smile on Amber's face. She knows where it came from, and she probably knows what's in it. Amber, tell
I
us.
know this one inside now. This is my favorite from the Wild Curry Kitchen. It's a powerhouse smoothie. So it's got a beautiful blend of like chocolate. It's got cinnamon in it, so it's got like a warmth to it. It's a very nicely balanced smoothie. Super filling. It's got protein in it. This is something that I can have early in the morning for breakfast, and it really holds me over all throughout that morning to get me through that lunch period without, kind of being pickish and wanting something else. I love the flavors. I love the texture. And this must have been the one you were talking about that was so beautifully presented as well.
Guaranteed, because some of it has carried over.
They do such a beautiful job of like presenting their food there. Yeah. So it's just a joy to have something like this, but I absolutely love this. This is like one of my favorite smoothies. It's definitely a go-to for me on the Wild Curry menu.
Tell us what you did this morning when you were there, Amber.
Well, when I was there this morning, I had a big sugar cane pastry and a mocha and a shot of espresso and danced for a couple of hours before I headed to the football field with my kids.
Amazing. I just had some crunchy. I believe it's different types of...
So there'll be some like nuts.
Nuts,
There'll probably be like some dried banana on top as like a garnish.
I think I've got an almond
And cacao nibs.
Maybe it was a cacao nib, but
Yeah.
I couldn't.
There would have been cacao nibs sprinkled on the top of it. Yeah.
Well, it's nice. It's very palatable. Very, very smooth. It's almost like they were kind of processed on a high speed. It gives like a mousse texture.
Exactly. It's like in between. In America, we call it pudding.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like almost got that pudding texture. So it's in between like a mousse and that. Yeah.
It just came to my mind that we represent the whole world. We have people from America, we have people from Europe. I'll be responsible for Asia, and we have Pacific, Australasian, Pacific Islands work.
Yeah, I chose this one. Or I went into Wild Pear, and they'd obviously had a day because they had their
We had the
their
morning
rave.
coffee rave.
Yeah, the morning coffee rave, and they were raving about the morning coffee rave, and I said, what's your thoughts? And they showed me two, and the thing that drew me to this one is something different. Is it has cayenne pepper in it, and so that's probably the little bit of heat that you're getting at the back of your throat, right? The other thing which I really like about Wild Pear that they were using was they were using New Zest Clean Lean Protein, which is really well regarded around the world as one of the healthiest protein powders that you can use. So I just it really drew me in, and then off there you were talking about how this is your favourite smoothie, and I know.
And you kept that secret. You knew it was like such a nice thing was coming my way.
Well, I knew you would be excited for it, Amber, so I'm delighted that we could get that over the line for you.
I'm glad you described me as being from the Pacific rather than from Hamilton. Anyway, tell us more about the benefits of these types of proteins that we're eating and that we're drinking in these smoothies.
Is that a you, me, or you? Or me?
That's a you.
That's me. Well, each protein has their different benefits. If you have things like whey protein, then it's beneficial for muscle growth. Pea protein or pea protein isolate, which is what New Zest has been using or developing for a long time, particularly from a golden pea, that has a much lower alkali acidic profile, so it's much more alkaline, which is better for you as you go. And it's actually one of the challenges with, generally speaking, vegan proteins is that they're not absorbed, generally speaking, as well as whey proteins and whey protein isolates, particularly. So New Zest have been working really, really hard to make sure that is the case. The one thing with a pea protein is it's often quite chalky in the flavour profile of it compared to a whey, which then becomes like basically a milky type flavour.
I don't like pea protein. I have a reaction of my body in pea protein. It's like a little bit of a bloating.
Okay.
Sorry for
No.
oversharing.
Yeah, no. It's funnily enough, I have always traditionally been the opposite, which whey protein bloats me and pea protein doesn't. So our family's been on pea protein forever and ever and ever. But new zest is like the creme de la creme of the protein, of the vegan proteins, I would say.
Mm. Okay, so is anyone vegan here? No. Okay. So what is? I understand that protein is probably quite a vast topic. We'll return back to it at another event. Just before we go into tasting the next one, I would like to have a little kind of a discovery. What are we visiting at the festival? Like I can tell you that I've been involved with a little bit of a African Odyssey from Mike's Brewery, which is our sponsor of the Monster Creme as well. And this is quite a fascinating story because they announced one event and they sold in the first 2 days. Then they put the second event thinking that those who couldn't find the ticket can come, and they sold in another 2 days.
Wow.
So they had 3 events, and I think it's an amazing success story that everyone in Taranaki could be really proud of. I think the secret is they put something unique, something that nowhere else in Taranaki or in the world that could be tried, and yeah, so another thing that Warwick wants to add.
There is an added feature at the Mike's dinner. Has anyone seen this, the clothing?
Yeah.
So the female staff are wearing leopard print tops, and Ron was wearing, I don't know what you call it, but Carol made it for him. It's a t-shirt, but it has the V cut and the band, sort of African style. It sounds terrible, but I don't know what the name of it is, but that's what they were wearing, yeah.
You probably abused a lot of Africa by describing this clothes. Also, this morning I went to Malena's Kitchen event, and it was amazing because the tickets cost $35, and I bought the tickets, but the prices were starting from $70, and some people left with like $200 or $300 worth of prizes, and honestly, her generosity is just beyond comprehension. And she was talking about her amazing spices that she is producing herself locally in Taranaki, and she was just bringing her zestiness to amazing crowded house. It was quite cool to see a lot of people dancing with Michael Jackson because she likes Michael Jackson, and doing all sorts of other things. So what other events did you attend?
Oh, so I actually went to the tasting that they had at the Juno Distillery.
Oh, yeah.
They had a gal named Tash McGill that she's like an expert in spirits, and there were 14 different spirits that we tried. Some were clear and some were barrel aged. I definitely tried a few things that I'd never had before, and it was quite an experience, and she was so entertaining, so knowledgeable. It was a lovely evening. They had some catering done from the silo, which was just beautiful. And just all together, you know, it's such a cool venue, and we all know that they do an exceptional job at Juno with the ethos of their company, the quality of the products they delivered. It was a great time.
So it's called a dashiki top. I reckon it would look great on Makati.
So Tash McGill is a former president, one of the presidents of the Guild of Food Writers in New Zealand. So she is a very well-known whiskey person and a spirits person. Very, very articulate, very knowledgeable, and very, very loved around. So I'm so glad
she
that
was
she
so
came.
much fun. It was such a pleasure meeting her.
Such a job, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just to become a whiskey expert in them.
She was someone that it was just a joy to watch present because, you know, she loves sharing that knowledge, and it just kind of exudes just fun, entertainment.
Yeah. Also, I would like to say huge thank you to our sponsors, which is Salt Restaurant of Millennium Hotels. They have several events at the festival, and one of them is Salt Sizzling Barbecue that already had been. It's a buffet lunch, but I mean, just go and check there. The desserts are amazing. Everything they cook on quite a high standard. So please support our supporters. Right, are you ready? Do you want to add something, Rob, or are you ready to take us?
No, it's fascinating listening to you, Amber, as a food blogger, and your depth of knowledge is absolutely amazing. When I was on a couple of weeks ago, one of the conversations that we had, I'd love to know your input on this, was around how my opinion is that here in Taranaki you get unbelievable bang for your buck in terms of restaurant quality and the options that you have for such a small footprint of an area. What's your thoughts? What's your opinions on that as you go around things like Feastable and you go around blogging? Where do you sit, Taranaki, in the pantheon of food
in
places?
the universe.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't lived elsewhere in New Zealand, but you know, having traveled to places like Auckland and Wellington, you can make a little bit of a comparison. I think for us to be such a small region, we definitely punch above our weight, and we have a tremendous amount of talent, whether it be in our restaurants with our chefs and the ambiance that they build and the quality of the staff that are, you know, helping us have a really great food experience, to the producers, the growers, the people that show up at the farmers market every week, the people that start these little businesses. You know, we've got like a great new French patisserie out in Fitzroy. You know, we've got a cool butcher out in Okura. So you can go all around the region. You know, you go to Haura and you find Good Score Food Store, and there are all these artisan products that so much time, effort, and thought and energy go into. And Hospo is relentless. I mean, these people work really hard to be able to make a living, and it's such a joy to be able to share some of their stories, to be able to tell people about the great work they're doing, because you know, these people work really hard to feed us well, and so I love being able to kind of share about that and appreciate that.
Thank you.
On this positive note, I think we are ready for a pink.
A pink. All right. Let's do the pink.
Okay,
then.
let's do
Who
the
hasn't had a straw yet? No.
Okay, so now we're having 5 little pink cups
Thank you.
with amazing kind of like a smooth liquid. It's beautiful lemony color. I would say that it reminds of a very fresh lemon curd, but it also smells
Mango.
some more other things, and I'm kind of dying to try it, and I can see that people are enjoying it. Everyone is just smacking their lips, work things like hard.
Someone put me out of my misery, the overriding taste there.
Mango and
Mango,
banana.
mango,
It's
yeah.
tropical. It's
Yeah.
almost, it reminds me of a mango lassi, like that you
Very
have
much
at a
so.
Southern Indian restaurant.
And it has chia seeds. Yeah. It's supposed to be healthy too, definitely.
And
Oh
I can,
gosh, you're the chia seed expert. I remember on my health and fitness journey that it's omega-6 fatty acids in chia seeds that they're just really rich of, and they can be incredibly filling. Right? We were talking about things like overnight oats and chia pots, and in terms of calorie density and the satiation that comes with those, that chia seeds can be like the thing that you add to your breakfast in the morning, right? And you were saying that's something you regularly go to, remember? Yeah, so chia seeds, I think often they just come up as a really nice garnish on things like smoothies because they're fairly flavor neutral, and so when you add them to something like a mango smoothie, which this is, good job, actually they just add a bit of depth of character rather than necessarily any added flavour. So this is the Departments or the Depths mango smoothie, which when I asked them what their favourite one was, they were this one, and for me it just tastes like a summer's morning, doesn't it? It's like being on the beach. It's great.
I can just see a little umbrella sticking out.
Yeah, 100%. And it's really interesting for me. I'm exactly the same as you. The first time I tried it out, and that's a mango lassi. That's exactly what it tastes like. It's just great.
And the owners are Indian, so they've probably brought their knowledge of that to this smoothie. But around the town, I never have a mango lassi at a restaurant. Do you?
Arranged marriage.
And
They've
are
got
they,
good
are
ones.
they good?
Yeah.
every Indian restaurant has it. Yeah. And some of them have savory, which I absolutely love. Mint Leaf, one of our sponsors, has savory lassi, and usually they drink it after the food, but I always come and order it before, and they never really fret.
Can you give us the breaking news on the street food store?
What do you mean, the breaking
It's
news?
next door, ultimately.
Yeah, well, there's lots of things happening, and when someone asks me about the news, I'm just very, very careful about to separate the rumors, opinions, and the facts. So there's lots of new things that happening in the Liarded Street projects, which is right beyond the Taranaki foodies and the most of them. So we have an amazing Juicy, which is the juice food truck. We have neon robot place that has been sold probably several months ago, and now is the new owner. And they still deliver amazing burgers and Vietnamese food, which is also has amazing smoothies as well. Okay, so Mint Leaf is one of our sponsors, which is on Devon Street. They had this lassi, but I just want to say about this department thing that it's very very smoothie, and it gives the value of smoothiness to smoothie. So it's actually a very smooth liquid. It's so smooth, it's silky and beautiful, palatable. So far this is my favorite. Yeah, even if I'm also a very girl, it's just like that. So Warwick just wants to play a song. Let him play the song. And it's another local hit by Cohen Herb Hine, Butterflies. So Cohen Herb Hine is 16, and he started his journey here at the Most FM as a student of Media Kids, and he just recorded in Okura.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and he's an amazing guy, and very, very talented, very centered. And you look at him. Remember when I talked to Amber, I told her son, her oldest son, it's just like he looks like he knows something, like he knows where to go, what he's going to be. The same as Cohen, when I met him first time, I was just like, how can I teach someone like that? Because they already know something that I probably don't know. So Cohen had a launch of his EP here at the Most FM, and we kind of follow him on his journey, and him being Taranaki musician, New Zealand musician, we just want to give a tribute to his art.
Cool. That's awesome. I mean, Warwick, being from Hamilton, my favourite restaurant in the world is in Hamilton, of all of the places.
Wow.
No, Chimchurri.
Ah.
When I lived in Hamilton, when I were a lad, it was just a hole in the wall, right? It was a teeny tiny place, probably had 5 tables, but it was like a 5-course with matching wines. It was $110, but the standard of the food that came out was like unbelievable. And then they've taken over the old, is it the old mill on the river there? And it's just out the gate good. It has no right to be as good as it is in Hamilton of all places.
Warwick, it has been your day. You see people talk highly about Hamilton.
I love Hamilton. I think it's so underrated.
I've actually never spent any time in Hamilton,
Good-
but I
good
really want to
move.
go to Mr. Pickles because I follow their social media and
Right.
it looks incredible.
What's Mr. What kind of pickle? Well, is it pickles? I feel like-
No, it's like this elevated, like just food. Like,
Yeah.
it's
They have a
delicious
quarter. They have a
things.
quarter where they sell, there are lots of restaurants. Is it correct?
South End.
Yeah. There's some just brilliant restaurants in Hamilton. Again, for a small place, that it just punches above its weight. It's,
Yeah.
it's-
Fastest growing city in New Zealand.
yeah, that doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Wow.
everyone from
It's
Auckland
like-
goes south to go.
That's true. Which is funny and sad at the same time.
I've been out of there 30 years, so I've lived here longer than.
Right.
Oh wow.
Welcome back to Taranaki Foodies, the tastiest food show on 100.4 FM. It's us, Alina Williams, and Warwick Foy in the studio with the red walls. And we are here celebrating Autumn Festival Taranaki. And we are trying different smoothies that our amazing guest, one of our amazing guests, Rob Wheatley, foodie, cook, and educator, brought to us. And we're here honored to have Amber Matthews tasting Taranaki in our studio as well. So we tried 4 out of 5 smoothies that Rob prepared for us, and I must admit I'm very full. I'm very full and happy. So it's an interesting effect that smoothie, which is supposed to be a drink, does to people, right?
Yeah, well, we do a lot of smoothies in our house. It's a go-to in terms of like a morning tea or sometimes a lunch. My kids love a smoothie, so and my wife and I will have a smoothie every day because it's just an easy way to get some food in.
What's your favorite one?
I'm with Warwick. I'm a berry smoothie kind of guy. just keep it simple, berries and protein, and that's it. I'm a happy boy at that stage. Do you smoothie?
Not often.
No.
Not at home.
No.
Other people can do things so much better than I can. I love food. I'm not a good cook, but I'm a very good orderer.
Wow, yeah. That's a key skill though.
It is really.
What's it doing where it's not an adjective? What is that, a doing word? No.
Doing.
None of us are English teachers.
No.
Anyway, I just liked how you said, do you smoothie?
Do you smoothie?
Do you smoothie?
Does one smoothie?
Do you even smoothie?
Occasionally.
It's an interesting phenomenon in this world where nouns turn to verbs. And
Verb.
yeah, so suddenly a lot of things that used to be noun are like friend, for example. To friend someone, suddenly it's a verb. So this nerd and me follow all this linguistic trends.
Do you even radio?
Like that's what we're doing right now. We have to smoothie. We have to smooth the smoothies with the last choice of smoothies that Rob prepared for us. So it looks scary. Honestly.
I have to apologise. Funny enough, this probably should have been the first one because it's the first one I picked up as well. So it's probably been waiting the longest. So apologies.
So I suggest to all our tasters take a glass and start kind of thinking in the terms of the smell, of the texture, of taste, and possibly something else, maybe, I don't know, memories that it can evoke or visuals or whatever. Warwick seems undecided. Amber seems curious, and Rob seems so happy that he puzzled us.
Well, I just smoothied that one, and it's weird. It's got a weird. I'm not saying bad. Weird.
It's a savouriness to it.
Savouriness.
Almost like you can definitely taste there's some green vegetables in it.
Like a vinegary, acidic.
You know what it kind of reminds me of, and I know this is totally off base, but keep in mind I come from America, so there's like, processed everything there. There was Campbell's Soup Company would make this like broccoli cheese soup, so it's giving broccoli, like there's something green in it.
I actually love it. I love this.
Nice.
Although it looks slightly grayish, but I think there is hemp powder in it, and also there are some berries. Maybe some passion fruit or something like
Is
that.
it spinach?
Yeah.
But combination of many colors like pink and green make it slightly brownish, or and sometimes I think it's you shouldn't really go for the color. You should go for taste. But I mean, if you
We
put
eat
it-
with our eyes first, though, don't we?
yes.
If it doesn't look attractive, we're automatically going to assume that it's not going to taste very well.
Bloody ugly glasses too.
I was trying to find 4 glasses that were the same in the cupboard here. There was like 90 glasses, none were matching. So
That's the problem of the most of
That's
them.
because they're all stolen.
So if anyone has some beautiful glasses or china that you would like to donate to the station, please contact Warwick. So I would say this is the smoothie that is a homemade.
correct.
Ah.
It was made by me, in fact, at home. So this is our go-to smoothie at home. So it's the Countdown frozen spinach, or Woolworths these days, which comes in these little blocks. We found that over the years, those ones blend up the best. Ice, half a banana, a third of a cup of berries, a third of a cup of yogurt, and
Mixed berries.
mixed berries, a scoop of vanilla whey protein, which is that slightly like sweet vanilla-y flavour because it's artificial sweeteners in there, and then a teaspoon of peanut butter.
Is that concerning for you, the artificial sweetness?
Sorry?
Is that concerning?
Not for me. I think all of the studies around artificial sweeteners and things along those lines, which are really, really fascinating, the amount that you have to consume of those things for them to actually be in any way, shape or form detrimental is quite significant. I would prefer to get my food from whole foods and meat and vegetables and so on and so forth. But at a push,
I would disagree with you there, because look at the state of Trump. He has
What-
it on tap.
what are you talking about? That guy is pickled. He's gonna live until he's 110, man. Like,
I'm sure he eats a lot of carrots, otherwise it doesn't explain a lot of things. So, you see, how did I pick up that it's homemade? Because it's super nutritious, and as I said, I can't really love pea protein, but I sense that there is something made of milk, so dairy products are my favorite. So out of all, I would choose the homemade smoothie.
Thank you very much.
So Emma, give us the final about what was the most amazing for you today, and maybe pick up the smoothie.
Oh God, that's almost unfair for me to do because my favorite was already there. But what a great surprise! No, I enjoyed all of them. They all have their finer points. Really liked the one from the department because it reminded me of a mango lassi, and that's like something that makes me think of like family dinners for my kids. Powerhouse smoothie at Wild Pear is always going to be a favorite of mine. But honestly, they were all quite tasty. They all had different textures, which I love. I love the variation. Yeah, so overall, great experience. I reckon everybody just needs to go out and try all of them themselves. You know, see which one is their favorite.
And as you excuse me, as you were saying that, I was thinking the standards are high. This is Namutu. The food and culinary standards are high, so you're not going to get a crappy smoothie.
Nah.
Thanks for adding 5 years to our lives today. And I think we should wrap, Alina, because it's almost time for Moments of Happiness.
And which is amazing. From smoothies we come to beers. With our amazing Michael Donaldson, who is a food writer, beer writer, and quite a well-known person. Thank you very much, guys, for coming. So today in the studio was Amber Matthews, tasty and Taranaki food blogger, and Rob Wheatley, foodie, cook, and educator, and our amazing intrigue food person. Thank you very much, Warwick, for being Warwick, and for all our amazing foodies. Keep listening to us, keep supporting us, and just keep eating and cooking. See you next Saturday, everyone. Bye-bye, my gourmetarians.